Hello from Procida, a cute little island in the Gulf of Naples. It is just 4 square kilometers long, but it is so cute. It is filled with pastel-colored houses and has a very local charm that is not yet populated by the masses of tourism. Procida is actually so cute that it won an award, the Culture Capital of Italy in 2022. And that just says a lot about how local and untouched this island is compared to its neighbors Capri or in general the Amalfi Coast. So what is it that makes Procida so unique and special? I visited the island in Italy that nobody talks about to find out. Where you're gonna arrive to when you come to Procida is the Marina Grande, and it is the port that beautifully connects to the city center here. Actually, once you're on the ferry and you see the island approaching, you already feel the calmness and the relaxation overcoming you because you start seeing the beautiful pastel colors already in the distance. But the second you step off the ferry, it totally overcomes you.
Ma che buio stasera.
The thing that stood out to me the most was actually how close we are to the water. We are literally steps away from where the cute little boats or the big ferries park. And then on the other side is already restaurants, people are sitting and eating. The connection between both is kind of really symbolical for this place in itself, because Procida is a fishing village historically. In fact, there's a full-on fishing academy here. So if you want to become a fisherman or even a driver of a ferry, I'm not sure how it's called, driver of a ferry. What is the professional term for that? I know there is one, but this is the place to come to really get the best of the best training. And Procida actually has its main income from the fishing, historically and nowadays as well. Whereas its neighbors like Capri and Ischia, it's more of a tourism island that makes a lot of its income from tourism. Whereas here, this is the local charm because the income is not fully reliant on tourism only. And the thing that I've noticed already when walking around here is that people literally don't care about you in a good way. There is such a life going on without you as a tourist being the main point of focus. So you really get a feeling of the real Italian island life here in the Gulf of Naples, and I absolutely love that. It's the most authentic feeling you can get.
La melodia di una fisarmonica. Ad un tratto, come lampare nel mare.
Okay, so just off Marina Grande, the port where we arrive, we're gonna walk into the street now. You can't miss it. It's the only big street you can walk into. And again, we see the pastel-colored houses everywhere around us. It's a theme across the whole island. I've read up why they have pastel colors, but let's talk about that later. Let's go into and find some gelato maybe. And the best example of how local and untouched this island is, it's that we stepped into the city center and there's laundry hanging around straight above your head, everything. And this is like the sign for me. Once I see the laundry hanging and drying over there, this is the sign of authentic places for me. There are also so many churches around. In fact, Procida has 10,000 full-time residents on the island, but 14 churches, and it is the most densely populated island in the whole of the Mediterranean Sea. Who knew? The fruits here are also so nice and so ripe. They all look absolutely colorful and like you want to buy them. And in fact, look how they hang the tomatoes around here, and they have so much variety of tomatoes. The tomatoes here in Italy have been out of this world delicious. Like there's a reason why the pasta works in Italy. It's because of the tomato quality here. In fact, even canned tomatoes here are so delicious. It's just a different level of deliciousness. detour to the port side of things, finally entering the city center, and look at it, it's so cute. The houses all around us, it just gives you this cute, fresh feeling, like it has been here for centuries over centuries unchanged, because the pastel colors are not a new thing now. This has been like this forever. The beauty about this island is that you can really walk around without too much of a plan, because the charm of this place is really within the small little streets that you pass by and all the buildings around you. You stop, you stare, you go into some alleyway, you enter some shops around. And one thing that I've noticed is that I smell a particular smell all the time, and that is that of a laundry detergent, just because there is such a huge amount of laundry hanging around everywhere. It's quite unique, to be honest. We walked up that road from the Marina Grande, and now we've come up to a Vista point. I think it is one of the Vista points of the whole island, and from here you should be able, there they are, the pastel houses. Oh, that's pretty. But I know an even better Vista point further up, and this is already amazing. Gosh, the water just shining in the distance. I love this island, so nice. I just saw an ad for a tomato mozzarella sandwich, and I think it's the perfect thing to get, right now, while we are climbing further up, and we can sit with that view over there. So excited, let's go get it. How much is the pomodori mozzarella?
Crudo, pomodoro mozzarella?
Yeah.
Solo pomodoro mozzarella? Una 5, 6.
5-6 euros. Okay. We have our 2 sandwiches. I love how they are packed up. It's like a little local way of packing up here, everything in paper, and then it's like a candy almost. So gonna have those with the view outside. I'm looking for a place with shadow now. Shadow, trust fund. No, it's a shadow. There's not really anything. Should we just stand here? I guess it's also a nice view. And then we have a bit of shadow here. I think let's do that. I already started eating my sandwich. I opened it up and it costs $5.48 for 2 halves of that. And it is so heavy, it's so delicious, I can tell you that already. It has layer of mozzarella, olives and tomatoes with oregano, salt and olive oil. And it's packed with freshness. It's local, seasonal, light, the perfect little meal for now. Really full, really happy now, really enjoyed that sandwich. There was a lot of really in one sentence, but it was really, really good. And now the only thing that is missing is the gelato that I planned to have earlier today. So there should be one down this road. And I head there now, and look at that. Oh, so pretty. Oh my God, it's like a postcard. And they even chose laundry fitting to this pastel theme here. How beautiful. we got the gelato, and it is just on the way down to the famous beach around here, the famous port. But first things first, pistachio gelato. So refreshing and very pistachio and very cold. It's very, very hot today. So the next idea is to head to the highest point of the village. We went up again the road that we went down before, and now we're gonna walk even further up. But as we walk from the sideways, we already get a glimpse on the beautiful sea, but on the beautiful fishing village down below here. Look at it, the pastel houses just standing there. So gorgeous. And now I can tell you why they have been colored in pastel colors. Historically, the fishermen went out from this fishing village, and so for them to find the way back home, or for them to know where is their house, you know, to check is everything all right, they all painted their house in a different pastel color. That's such a cute idea. Nowadays, of course, it is beautiful, but back in the day it had a, like, I guess, a purpose behind it as well. And another reason to paint them in pastel colors is because it keeps the temperature down in the houses. You see the sun is like full on shining here, so it's quite hot inside, I can imagine, and the colors are supposed to help with that. I like the first one more though, that it helped the fishermen to know where's their house. I find that so cute. Yeah, the view is incredible. Oh wow, it's so beautiful from up here and totally different angle from where we've been before. So just keep walking up towards Terra Murata, which is the next point. But this view is the view that you get from a bird's eye perspective, drone perspective without a drone. Up here you see how the buildings have been built on a cliff and stacked on top of each other. That is a sight in itself, but you also see the whole island basically from here, literally everything. And I have never been on such a small island where from one point you can see it all from all the corners. And if you walk around here for a day, you will kind of know where is what. So you'll be like, oh, that's where our Airbnb is. I can actually see our Airbnb from here as well. Another thing you can see from here is the islands that are nearby. Ooh, it's a bit windy from up here. It's really quite a gorgeous view, honestly. Absolutely breathtaking. I would love to continue sitting over there, but honestly the sun is super duper hot. Too much. So we are heading further on in this area to the Terra Murata. Terra Murata used to be a fortified village where the people living here on the island would go to and live at during ancient times, when this area used to have pirates and pirate raids. So they build up walls to protect themselves, and now we can walk through them. I've just entered through the walls of the fortified village, and the feeling you get is so different from the village that we saw below with the pastel houses. Now it gives me like Gothic medieval vibes almost. There's a little altar as well. The walls are super duper high, of course. The most interesting part for me here at the Terra Murata is this behind me, and it is the Palazzo de Avalos. It used to be built in the 1500s as a noble residence, but then it became a prison, and one with very, very tough conditions. In fact, prisoners had to work on the fields and the gardens around here, and it was known to be like this really harsh prison in this really beautiful island. The contradiction between that is actually quite crazy to think about. I really wanted to get in there because you can still see the rooms and how packed it was. Like a lot of people were packed into small rooms next to each other, the beds. It was a really harsh prison, honestly. But you need to book a tour with a guide, so you can't enter there by yourself because it's, you know, not newest of architectures. It's a little bit dangerous probably inside. You probably need some protection on yourself. But anyway, you can book a tour. It's not that expensive, but at least 2 days ahead. And I couldn't do that because I didn't know you need to book it 2 days ahead. But now you know. And I think it's really worth visiting because it's such a historical piece that is still accessible. In fact, when I was in Vietnam, I entered an historical ancient prison, and it was one of the most interesting things I have seen, and I think this one will equally be as interesting. In fact, I can already see from here the how do you call that, the metal gates on the windows. So you see it is a prison. It was a prison. That's absolutely insane. You see, you can see the door over there, and it has like a small window where I guess they used to talk with them. But let's not get too sad that we can't enter the prison, although in my heart I'm very, very sad. You can still walk through these little alleyways, and it is so interesting, so historical. Like, you literally feel with every step that you touch a piece of history. Look at that. Oh gosh, I love it. When I was thinking about what my ideal Italy trip is, I thought I want to visit some of the famous places, of course, the Colosseum, Rome, eat the good food. But one of my dreams was to visit an authentic Italian village, just like I've seen it like in movies, or when you hear the stories, you can buy a £1 house in this village where only 10 people live. Like, this is the Italy I wanted to see. And when I came here to this island, I felt like this is the closest I can get at this moment to this type of feeling of being so immersed in the local, authentic way of living, where this is just how it is. It's not staged, it's not made pretty, it's not changed in any way. This is how people live, and I just get to walk around here and see all of that. And this for me is like the highlight, honestly, of an Italy trip, to see that very tiny village travel perspective. I'm heading further into Terra Murata now, and it is very uphill here. There's a bar here, so maybe we can grab some coffee around here. So 2 lungos. Let's go back to the seating area though. I think it's a nice one. And the bar is just here. Grazie. Oh, this is very espresso-y. Cheers. My little espresso cup. Oof. Can't get used to the espressos. It's taste-wise absolutely amazing. Good coffee, but it's just so strong. I love the... Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a bit of water. I'm sorry for all the Italians that see that. Woo. Cheers. I will keep adding water until it's nice and like Americano-like. But the view is super duper nice. Very, very, very relaxing. And I think this is what this island is all about. It's like relaxation wherever you go, with different angles around you. So if we actually stand right here, we can see Naples over there in the distance. You see like where a lot of houses are. This is Naples. And then there are a couple of other places around. In fact, when you walk around the island, you everywhere see other islands, but Naples is that direction. Now, the next spot today is an abbey, and it is the San Michele Abbey. It is an 11th century abbey church, and it is built on the top of a cliff, so it is the oldest church on the whole island. found the way to the sea view, so where we can actually appreciate that it was built on a cliff. There is a door right here. Oh, wow. Wait a second. It is definitely built on a cliff, I can confirm. There's the abbey and there's nothing other than the sea there. I have a really strong urge right now to take my stick with the camera and just put it through the window to see how it looks inside, because it's all like ruins, nobody lives here, and I really need to know how it looks inside. My curiosity is killing me right now, because this is definitely the ancient architecture. Getting in there. I hope you can see something, but it's probably very, very dark. Okay, let's look. Come. So, what do we see? Oh, it's a room. Round. Oh, wait. There is like a painting there. Oh my God. It's like somebody used to live there. No, I thought it's going to be medieval, but it's a little bit less medieval than I thought. But it's so cool. The day is gonna come when I will be arrested one day for trespassing some property. Hello.
Italiano?
No, Italiano.
Di dove? French? No.
English.
English?
Yes.
Oh. And do you like Procida?
Yes.
This is panorama.
Yes, beautiful.
This is my house.
It's your house.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
No, beautiful.
Why not?
I don't like this panorama.
Why not?
Why? There are some people like the sea, others like mountain, others like city.
Yes.
I don't like the sea. I don't like a mountain. I don't like a city.
You like city?
No.
No. So what do you like?
Panorama that I like.
Yes.
For me, is the best panorama.
Yes.
That I like is a panorama that is possible to see under minigun, under short.
Oh, okay. You're funny. This was incredible, but it is time to head back down and beach time. We are heading to the beautiful fishing village. So once I started walking down, there was another entryway into what I think is the prison complex, or at least some part of it. It was completely open. There were other tourists around. You can't fully enter the buildings, but you get a little bit closer to them. And I walked into like a pathway from where I had a glimpse into a corridor of the prison. That is absolutely incredible. And if you look up here, you can see, the ceiling, a little bit of a bathroom, a little bit of something. It's, of course, a very, very old structure. But the history is touchable here. And these types of places are really the peak of travel for me. The only better highlight would be to be able to walk through that. But this right here is literally a corridor of cells. And I'm just here looking on it. Like, imagine the amount of history, amount of like personal stories that there are behind each and every door here. And I'm just standing in front of it now. That's absolutely crazy for me. Absolutely. I only wish I could like fully walk through it and see everything. Okay, but now really I will be heading down. This was the entry, by the way. So it is just right here if you walk up this little path from the main road on the Vista point, and then it says here, Cittadella dei Misteri. Misteri. I have now arrived to the village of Corricella, and it is a fishing village with a lot of history. Also, it feels like time has more or less stopped here. It is so quiet, so calm around here, and I was wondering why until I read up about it. And this place on the island is car-free, and you really do notice the difference. You are also so close to the boats, which are just gently like shaking in the water from the wind, and obviously surrounded by all the beautiful stacked on top of each other houses with the staircases kind of hidden away. So it's a maze on the one hand, a beautiful sight on the other hand, the sea right in front of you. It's all the good things combined in one. And there are many, many restaurants around this promenade. Some of them even have a Michelin guide sticker on there. The prices are a little bit higher here, but I guess you pay for the location as well. And if you get fish, it cannot get fresher than that because it's literally coming straight out of the sea. I also love that there are some fishermen sitting around, like this community feeling. You really get a feeling on what the city has been built on. Okay, one please, lingua.
Da
On
portare?
the table.
Siedi?
Yeah. So each place in Italy really has its own dessert or what they are famous for. And here on the island it is the lingua di Procida. And I've read about it. It should have a lemon cream inside, but the lemons are here from the island. And it's called lingua, like tongue, because it is tongue-shaped. At least that's what I've read. It kind of looks a little bit tongue-shaped. And it is this pastry. The crust is quite, how do you call that? Flaky. The crust is quite flaky and it is quite big. So let's try it. For now I just have the crust. And to get a bit deeper. I love this type of flaky. It reminds me like a, you know, like Turkish desserts, for example, like a baklava is also very flaky. It's very lemony. Wow, I just reached a little bit of filling, and you get like this burst of freshness, the burst of lemon coming through. People eat it also for breakfast, of course. In Italy we eat sweet stuff for breakfast, but for me it's more like an afternoon sweet. I like sweets in the afternoon. And this is perfect. The flaky dough just falls apart. The cream inside feels fresh and refreshing. And I think it is homemade, or at least made on the island. It is getting late, so I'm climbing up gazillion stairs to head back to the port area. And from there, we're gonna be heading to the other side of the island, to the beach, because we haven't explored the beaches yet. You can swim here as well. Now, in fact, there is not only one beach, there are multiple beaches here on the island. And we have been seeing the most beautiful sunset from our Airbnb every single night already while we are staying here. It looks over the city and then we see the sea in the distance. The sunsets are incredible here, of course. But today the goal is to see the sunset from the beach itself. And instead of walking to the beach, we decided to jump onto the bus, although you could technically walk there as well. There are only two buses on the island, L1 and L2. We are taking the L1 and one ride costs 220 euros per person. We arrived to the beach, ta-da! Look at it, it is very wavy though. Usually it is not like that at all, at least all the days that we have been here now already. It was super calm and you could totally sunbath over here. It is quite a long beach, so you can find space here if you want to bath, that is for sure. Also, this is the same water as you would have in Capri or the other islands where it is a bit more expensive to stay at, so you can bath in the same water, same temperature, same beach style, all of that, just with less tourists around here. It was really, really beautiful already though. Sun is setting. Not sure we're going to stay until sunset because it's quite windy, but at least we saw the beach. One other spot was on my itinerary for today, and it is this bridge over there that leads over to the other side of the island. And it used to be privately owned, but now it is government owned, and it has a lot of interesting plants or unique plants, and it is closed at the moment. At least that's what I read. So you can't actually cross over to the other island, but from what I've heard, it's supposed to be super beautiful and kind of really isolated. You're in the middle of nature. Super pretty, but it's closed. However, you can walk on the bridge. I see people walking over there, and I think it's also kind of a nice view. But it is so windy right now, so I think I'll walk around a little bit here, and then we're gonna head to our Airbnb. So one last thing to do tonight, and that is to head back to our Airbnb, where we're equally gonna cook some dinner up. We can walk from here. It's not too far at all, but we already did that path once, and it is not a too exciting one. You walk on the road, there are many cars passing by. So the other day I found this vehicle parked up right here. It's an electric car. It has huge windows all around. So I registered for it. It's an app that provides these e-vehicles rather than e-scooters on the island. It's parked up, and once you unlock it with a QR code or somehow with the app, you can jump in, drive around the island, and then park it in a different destination. It is a little bit pricey. It's €2 to unlock it, and then 50p per minute. Counting that you will need to park somewhere, probably like around 10 minutes, you will be on the ride. Not the cheapest way to get around, but I feel like I must drive some kind of electric vehicle right here just to feel the vibe that is happening now in the background and is finishing up any moment now. So it's time to jump into the vehicle. I have opened up the app where I registered to yesterday. It does take like half a day, so it's not something you can do immediately. But I am all set and ready to go. Scan button is open right here, so let's scan the QR code. So we'll need to jump in quickly as well. Still activating. You are currently traveling. Please be sure I understand. Trip has started. Let's go. How do I open? Wait, how do I open? Ah, there we go. Okay. Look at that. It's so cute. Woo. Oh, wait, this is the wheel. I'm on the wrong side. Here we go. Oh my God, it's so fun. Look at that! It's like full on glass. I feel like it feels like we are flying almost. It's so fast, this electric vehicle. The car shakes so much. The suspension is very low here, and the road is a lot of tiles. So I feel like I'm starting to get nauseous a little bit already. There's also like such limited space inside. I can't even fully stretch out my hand right now to film, but the experience is just fun. So that's what I'm seeing on the app right now. I can see where we are driving. I can see a red area, which I guess is no parking zone, but I'm not exactly sure where we can park. So hopefully we can park this vehicle somewhere.
I think here.
Here? Okay, seems like we found a parking. So now we need to get out of the car, and then I will press the end button on there as well. Ooh, okay, I'm out. We have everything?
Yeah.
So, end trip, finish trip. All done? Okay, so the total price is €6.50. I mean, I have to say for two people we would have paid $4.40 for a bus ride, so not too much. And it has been a fun ride, and we are up already. It was really fun, although I feel a little bit dizzy now, but such a cool experience, and I love that they have this vehicle here. Bye-bye! We stopped in the supermarket to get something for dinner, and we went back up to the roof terrace where we have the most spectacular view onto the sunset. You see everything and the mountains in the distance, and I think Naples is over there already. Is it Naples?
I think so.
Yeah, probably. And the city right here, it's so red and less windy. And with that, a perfect day of exploring Procida Island comes to an end. I have enjoyed it so much, but what I've enjoyed even more is to stay here on the island for a couple of days. It is the perfect place to come to in Italy for an island vibe coupled with authenticity and without the masses of tourists. I've said it a couple of times now, but this is really what it is in an essence. It is a cute local island which has the full Italian charm and vibe just for yourself. And I think it's the perfect place to come to relax and really take it all in, be very, very slow and have no rush to go anywhere. All the sights you can see in the city, you can more or less see them in a day, and everything else you just take it in calmly. And if you come here in summer, it will equally be a perfect spot to swim in the sea. It's gonna be really nice, I think. But for me, tomorrow I'm heading further to Naples. And with that, I'm going to be seeing you there in a totally different video of exploring a city with a totally different vibe, much faster, much more chaotic, and I'm so excited for it already. So if you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button to support me and so that other people can find it as well. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my other videos about Europe or the world. Bye!